Just like humans, our natural-born instincts guide us when it comes to parenting. But in the animal world, it's different. They go an extra mile in taking care of their youngsters. So in today's video, we won't just talk about the best animal moms out there. We'll go extra. Before we get started, don't forget to grab your snacks, because you're about to see the 10 most outstanding animal parents with extraordinary parenting skills. The last one is most remarkable. Welcome to Animals Wow TV. Let's get started. Do you see what I see? This huge polar bear looks scary, but wait, look at the way she takes care of her babies. Attentive polar bear mothers usually give birth to twin cubs that stick by her for about 2 years to learn the necessary survival skills in the cold climate. Look at how the mother digs a den into deep snowdrifts, creating a space protected from the elements. That's where they give birth. They usually give birth between November and January and keep the cubs warm and healthy using their body heat and milk. The cubs leave the den in March and April to get used to outside temperatures before learning to hunt. And look at this male polar bear. He must be the father of these cubs. Look at how he tosses and teaches his babies how to become bear warriors. Look at this very cute orangutan. Isn't she adorable? Not only adorable, but caring and nurturing too. She can give the love your current boyfriend hasn't given you for quite some time now, for sure. Well, back to this very fascinating creature, the orangutan. The bond between an orangutan mother and her son is one of the strongest in nature. During the first 2 years of life, the young rely entirely on their mothers for both food and transportation. You heard me right, folks. Transportation! These baby orangutans are very clingy to their mothers. The moms stay with their young for 6 to 7 years, teaching them where to find food, what and how to eat, and the technique for building a sleeping nest. Sibling rivalry in human relationships frequently takes the form of stealing toys or drawing imaginary lines that no one may cross. Although parents may not want to be drawn into these squabbles, they'll normally act as referees if the situation escalates into physical violence. Our raptor friends here, on the other hand, may allow one baby to kill another. So maybe the behavior isn't as bad as I make it out to be. It's a regular occurrence in eagles, and it usually involves the firstborn chick vying for, or just receiving, the most food and resources from mom. Mother bird, on the other hand, occasionally watches while the bigger baby pecks the smaller one to death. Birds are nuts after all. Perhaps you recall your mother assuring you and your siblings that she loved you all equally and had no preferences. This one is similar to cannibalism. You had no idea that being born to a human mother rather than a cold-hearted, cunning Earwig mother had saved your life. When Earwig moms have a clutch of babies, or nymphs, the healthier ones will be given more attention, prompting the mothers to provide more nourishment to those infants. Babies who are perceived as being hungrier and less sturdy will receive less attention and feeding. But because they have so many babies, like 30 to 60 at a time, loss is unavoidable. And no matter how terrible it may appear to the hungry earwig nymph, focusing their efforts on more viable offspring makes a lot of sense. Many of the extra things animals do with their infants might appear crazy to us as we learn more about these. One of the best extraordinary parents, the elephants. Elephants have developed a practice that isn't so weird as it is nice. Did you know that elephant mothers carry their babies for 22 months? And that's over 2 years, right? That alone qualifies them for a spot on our list. However, despite their intimidating appearance, they are excellent nurturers. Elephants nurse their young for 2 to 3 years, and they drink a lot. It's not a ton, but it's a lot. Roughly 20 pints of milk every day. Elephant mothers also stay with their babies and travel with them for the rest of their lives. Now how's that for an extraordinary mom? We all knew Charlotte was a great mama spider, but it isn't exclusively for the sake of the animated movie. Spiders are incredibly dedicated creatures. Mama spiders not only look after their eggs by keeping them safe and sound in their web, but they also regurgitate their food to feed their kids once they're born. But it gets more intense. The mama spider rolls over when the babies are about a month old, allowing the babies to kill and eat her before they leave the nest. It's a phenomenon known as matrophagy. Now how about that for motherly love? Have you ever wondered how baby octopuses are born? The huge Pacific octopus may not appear to be a nice mother, but she will do more to care for her young than many other animal species. When a Pacific octopus is ready to lay her eggs, she'll seek out a safe haven in the rocks. She'll then discharge the eggs, which she'll then arrange into a single mass. She'll aerate the egg mass with water and cradle the eggs in her arms for the following 26 weeks to keep them safe from predators. Yeah, you did the math correctly. That's more than 6 months, which is why she gets pale and gray and all of its rich red color will be gone. Way better to put all the other octomoms to shame. Here's the most interesting part. Once a female octopus settles down to care for her eggs, she stops eating. Well, that's too much. I don't know about you, but I can barely get from breakfast to lunch without a mid-morning snack. Going back to Octomom. Having exhausted all her energy making sure her babies are well cared for until they hatch, the octopus mother dies. This process is called senescence. Octopus are essentially pre-programmed to die. When we talk about strange things animals do, it's easy to focus on the most extreme. But don't forget, animals do a lot of unusual things for their children that are borderline heroic in nature. Take the sand grouse, for example. Did you know that this lovely tiny bird, which lives in the arid zones of southern Africa, needs to travel long distances for water? When you have a nest full of kids who aren't ready to fly, what do? To the rescue, the male sand grouse. He incubates the babies at night when mom is out looking for food, but he's free to go to the watering holes during the day. He then goes in and gets a thorough soak. Through capillary action, his peculiar coiled feathers uncurl and trap water. When he returns to the nest, the small ones snuggle up to his belly and drink from his wet feathers for the rest of the day. Dad rapidly dusts himself off to get rid of the pungent fragrance of damp feathers that can attract hungry prey. The strawberry poison dart is a tiny, poisonous, and ostentatiously attractive frog that looks after its babies. Both parents work long hours, but mom does the majority of the job. Tadpoles ride piggyback on their moms to little pools of water cupped in the hearts of bromeliad plants shortly after hatching. Because if they don't get separated, the tendency of them eating each other is very high. That's why each tadpole has its own little pool, and mom visits them on a regular basis to feed them with her own unfertilized eggs until transformation takes them to adulthood 6 weeks later. So if there are 5 newborn frogs, their mothers will hunt for 5 pools for each of them. In this video, a flamingo appears to be hammering the head of another while its offsprings feed on the blood which is dripping down the flamingo's head. No, they're not fighting. This is one of nature's most stunning creations. In their digestive tracts, parent flamingos make crop milk, which they regurgitate to nourish their young. Take a look at how well they're working together. Crop milk is made up of protein and fat-rich cells from the crop lining, which is a portion of the alimentary canal where food is kept before digestion. That is to say, they are feeding their stomachs before the children are ready to ingest solid food. The nutritional value of the milky fluid is comparable to that of the milk produced by mammals. So it's very clear, it's not blood, it's milk. Alright, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. What animal parents with extraordinary parenting skills can you think of? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button for more of these videos. Till the next one, thanks for watching and take care.